Let's get down to business, everybody. I literally just watched on HBO Max A Christmas Story Christmas, which is the direct sequel to A Christmas Story, one of my 12 Days of Christmas movies. Videos I created were dedicated to A Christmas Story because it is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. If you want to know more of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, link will be in the description of this video. You can navigate my playlist as well to find my 12 Days of Christmas playlist. It is December. My birthday, December 1st. What? Sagittarius, let's go. I would like to make a quick bit about A Christmas Story Christmas. I think it's one of the best because the way it was, how comedic it was, like it's timeless. It wears its time pretty much on its sleeve, but it's timeless in the sense that when you watch it, you're not going to be like, what is this crap? You know what I mean? So just for a brief refresher, if you haven't seen my video, I do recommend you watch it before you watch this video, please. But quick refresher, A Christmas Story is about a little boy named Ralphie, and he lives basically working class. Parents, they seem a little more upper class than working class, but I don't know. Just a tad, just a small bit. They don't have a lot of money. They just look well off for two kids and a mother and father in the home. And it's basically the days leading up to Christmas. Ralph wants a official Red Ryder carbon action 200 shot range model air rifle with a compass in the stock, I think. And it's basically the whole entire time he's trying to get this rifle leading up to Christmas. He's a little kid. It's from a little kid's perspective, though it's got a voiceover of him as an adult. So, like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because you should watch the video. You should watch the movie. But specifically, this whole story basically goes into the next. There has been A Christmas Story. It's A Christmas Story 2, where they try to pretend like we're supposed to believe that those people are the people that we saw in the first one. It was garbage. It was disgusting. And I am glad that they don't even acknowledge it, even as a cheeky callback, because it was disgusting. It was a cash grab. It was lifeless. It was soulless, and it was good for nothing. Shouldn't have never been made. Anywho, this story follows Ralphie as an adult with his wife and two kids, son, daughter. I like that there was a daughter. She really didn't work much with the story itself. Like, she didn't have a big old revelation. She was kind of just tagged along with her brother. They didn't have anything special specifically like how Ralph did with his going to school and seeing his life from school from here to there and getting punished and having to deal with bullies. It was kind of small. It was very, very minor, but it was still all about Ralph. And his friends grew up, and what I will say about this, it's great. It's great. I'm not going to say this is the best cinema ever. It is very cheesy. It's cheese central. If you're not into cheesy, don't watch this movie. You will be disappointed. It is super cheesy. Callbacks left and right. I love it. You can do callbacks when it's this cheesy and it's not taking itself as seriously as some of these. Welcome to Raccoon City. There, I said it. Garbage. And even though that's more of a remake or a retelling versus a sequel, I just feel like it falls in the same line. And especially since yours truly from the old Resident Evil movies. I can't believe they're old now. It's crazy. The old Resident Evil movies where Nikolai was played by Farkas, who was the bully of Ralph when he was a child. He's in this movie too. I really like him. I really, really like him. He's cool. He's a cool actor. I don't know anything about him other than the way he acts and how he acts. I really like it. But this story is so great. I recommend you watching this movie on HBO Max. If you can get it for free, find it somewhere. Do it what you can. And enjoy this movie for the holidays. Like I said, it's super duper cheesy. The kids' acting, some people's acting is really bad, but the people who came back came to win, came to play. It's super duper cheesy. It's cheesy, measy, cheesy. It's cheesy. It's charcuterie cheesy, okay, bruh? So don't say I didn't warn you about that if you decide to watch this movie. And wholeheartedly, it's not nostalgia, because I can acknowledge nostalgia and acknowledge it and say, yeah, this nostalgia is stopping me from seeing the flaws of this movie. I'm telling you the flaws. And my ultimate opinion about the movie, it was very wholesome. When I learned that Ralph was going to be a writer and his whole thing is writing, I knew where the story was going to go. It basically, spoiler, goes back and around in a circle. And that's why he's foretelling the story a long time ago, because he was telling his kids about his life. And that was really cool. I really, really, really like that. But there's a lot of cutaway moments like in the first movie. It's really cool. They don't overstay their welcome like they overstayed their welcome in the A Christmas Story 2, that we should not acknowledge that exists because it's disgusting. Like I said, all the people who came back, and let me explain something to you real quick. The mother did not reprise her role despite the father reprising his role. I think he's passed away. The actor has passed away. So he wasn't in this movie. And the moment it happens, like basically a couple of minutes into the movie, we learned that he dies. The character dies. And then we see the mom, who is played by a different woman. She's way different than what she was. And yeah, people are going to change. Yeah. I'm not going to hold it against the new actress. I just want to know the situation at hand, because a lot of women get kicked out of their roles even though they've had them for years solely. Okay, two reasons usually. Two reasons, or both at the same time. They're either too old looking for the guys who are trying to cast them somewhere, or they give them a low ball offer to come back to something that's very classic. That's why the Scream girl, I don't remember her name. Her name's something Campbell, I think she was in The Craft. If you want to know my opinion about The Craft, link is in the description, or you can navigate my playlists and you'll find it under Thoughts of Mine. But that's why that girl from Scream will not be reprising her roles anymore, because they're lowballing her. She made the story, and people are like, well, actually, no, it was Matthew Lillard and all that, And it's funny because Matthew Lillard is great, and I love him. I love him in Scooby-Doo. He is the best Shaggy. He is my Shaggy, #my Shaggy. But she was there longer than him. He may have made his foot print in the sand, and that's great, but she was there longer than him. She should be getting paid what she's worth. And that's something that happens no matter what. There was that issue a while ago about the Bayonet actress saying that she was lowballed. Even if she was lying, the story of a woman getting lowballed so that she'll quit is a tale older than time itself. This keeps happening over and over again, and to exclude people who aren't telling the truth, people who are legitimately being removed from these spaces or being forced removed because they're getting lowballed is ridiculous. I personally don't believe or know if Ralph's mom's actress didn't want to reprise her role because she is retired from acting, which is what I have seen on these articles since this movie came out, or if she was lowballed and she decided to gracefully bow down, because that's what women always have to do. We always have to kiss the feet, kiss the ring, suck something. Honestly, they always have to make us do something like that in order for us to get anywhere. And she wasn't willing to suck off. So I don't know if that's the case or what, but I just know for a fact that she's one of the only people who didn't reprise her role. Yeah. And I don't like that. I hate that. I hate that so much. It seems like mostly all the time women are replaced without a second thought. I'm glad that they at least kept her character alive in the sense, honestly, that's the least we have to accept. We have to accept the bare minimum, the bare booty minimum. It's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, honestly, I really do think this movie is really good. I really do like this movie. And like I said, Farkas is in this movie. There's a little twist that happens that I think is really nice. And like I said, it's very predictable where this movie's going. But the journey is really worth, if I had to be honest and truthful and holiday spirit and whatnot, I would say this movie, in my heart and soul, I would give it an 8. But for someone who is just being clearly, directly, no thought about it whatsoever, for movie standpoint, it's a 6. It's a very high budget, cheesy movie that works really well because you know that they're referencing something. Had it not been a reference, and I don't personally believe we should hold it against them for having so many references solely because they're executed so well. They're executed so well. And the transition in his voice sounds really similar to the guy who did the voice acting when that boy was a child. And also, a little thing, if you guys haven't seen my videos, this will come to a shock to you. But Elf, the movie with Will Ferrell as that elf, and he was raised by elves in North Pole or whatever, old dude from A Christmas Story was in that movie as well. That's really cool. If you want to know my opinion about Elf, link is in the description to my 12 Days of Christmas movie playlist. So I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy this movie. I really hope you enjoy your Christmas holiday, everything in December. This is my birthday month. Sending out best wishes. I probably am not going to make another video for the rest of the year, probably, but you will see my recordings from Twitch. You will see me constantly stream. I stream almost daily. Check out my streams. It's the Princess of Darkness _ between the Princess of Darkness, and that is on Twitch. And I play Apex Legends. I play poker sometimes. I play Minecraft sometimes. If you have any ideas on what you want me to play next, please let me know in the comments. Check out my playlist to see what I have already played, what I haven't completed, what I have completed. It will say if it's completed or not. Or you can go to it to see for yourself. But I'm done here. A Christmas Story Christmas was a great movie in my eyes. There were a lot of things wrong. Some of the kids can't act. And it's very cheesy. But the fact that they can't act adds to the cheesiness that made the other movie great. But the funny thing about that is the first movie, everyone could act. So it's kind of like, if I'm going to be honest, this movie gets a 6 solely because it just seems like, yeah, some people were having fun, but you need to take your job seriously, because the first movie was really cheesy without going over the top, like people don't know how to act. And like I said, the adults of the movie, some of the adults, I'm not going to point out any names. I'm just going to say that everyone who reprised their role knew what they were doing, and they came here for their coin. They came here for their coin. They're going to give the characters that we want to see. And if that's what you want, if you want a nostalgia pump to your chest to get you through the rest of this year, then I highly recommend you watch this 6 out of 10 movie. 8 out of 10 if you're feeling nostalgic. Happy holidays.